Welcome back to my channel, guys. We're doing Proverbs 18 today with the boys live on 5. They're camera shy right now, but it's okay. We're gonna jump right in it anyway. Hey.
MC Mikey.
All right. What do y'all remember from yesterday's proverb? Remember we written over Proverbs 16. We talked about the patience is better than a warrior. Okay. Self-control is better than one who takes a... Remember how we talked about the Fantastic Four villain trying to take over what?
World.
A city or something, right?
City.
You remember?
Yeah.
It says, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. Right? Proverbs 16:32 means that true strength is found in the self-control and patience. For mastering your spirit is a greater victory than conquering others. Proverbs 17, remember we talked about other...
A friend is there for
A friend loves at...
all times.
Okay. And a brother is born for a time of...
Adversity.
Okay, that's good. You remember what that meant? And what it encouraged us to do? What kind of friend are you? There are a vast difference between knowing someone well and being a true friend. The greatest evidence of genuine friendship is loyalty. Do you know what loyalty is? Based on Proverbs 17:17, loyalty is a steadfast and unconditional love for another person that endures through all circumstances, especially during times of trouble. It is demonstrated by consistently showing up, offering support, and acting with the reliability of a family member during adversity. Being loyal, right? Look at the cat. So a friend, so pretty much asks us what kind of friend are we, right? There is a vast difference between knowing someone well and being a true friend. The greatest evidence of genuine friendship is loyalty. And it tells us to look at 1 Corinthians 13:17. Let's see. Who wrote the book of Corinthians?
Paul.
Huh?
Paul.
Okay. Who is he addressing? What church?
Corinthians church.
Yes, sir. That was a trick question.
It's called the Corinthians.
Okay. 1 Corinthians 13:7. What does that say? So that chapter, particularly section, teaches love is indispensable. So verse 7 says of 1 Corinthians 13, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Okay? Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Okay? And being available to help in times of distress or personal struggles. You ever had a situation where you're in distress? Let's just say, for example, there's going to be times when you become an adult where you get a flat tire or something on the side of the road. Let's say you don't have everything you need to take care of that flat tire. Who are you going to call? If you have AAA, obviously, right? But if you think of where you're at and someone's close that you know that you could depend on and you know that's loyal friend, you could call them and be like, hey, such and such, man, I need your help. You think you come help me with this or that? I'm missing something to change this tire, right? And if it works out, they'll be able to help you. So that's a time of distress, situation. What at y'all's age, being 13 and 10, do you find you're being distressed in? Can you recall a situation where you've been in distress? For homeschooled boys and girls, number one, loneliness or isolation. They may miss daily interaction with kids their age. Sometimes they wonder if they're missing out on friendships or sports. Number two, pressure to please parents or meet expectations. Since home is both school and family, boys and girls might feel they have to perform perfectly or not disappoint mom and dad. Number three, comparison and identity struggles. Children might compare themselves to cousins or friends in traditional schools, feeling different or behind. Number four, family tension. If siblings argue or mom and dad are stressed, there's no break. The emotional atmosphere can affect school focus. Number five, routine fatigue. Learning at home can sometimes feel repetitive. Lack of variety or structure changes can lead to frustration or boredom. Alright, so that was for homeschooled boys and girls. Now these are some distresses public school boys and girls who attend that scenario can face. Number one, peer pressure. They face pressure to fit in, how they dress, what games they play, what music they like, even if it conflicts with their faith and values. Number two, bullying or teasing. They might be targeted for being different, shy, or not joining in certain behaviors. Number three, academic distress and comparison. Grades, sports tryouts, or being good enough compared to classmates can cause anxiety. Number four, exposure to bad influences. They may hear foul language, see inappropriate behavior, or feel tempted to join in to be accepted. Number five, fear of embarrassment or failure. Messing up in front of others, reading aloud presentations, sports mistakes can deeply bother them at this age. So how can we tie all this into Proverbs 17? Whether you're homeschooled or in public school, you're going to face tough moments, loneliness, pressure, or feeling different. But Proverbs 17:17 reminds us that a true friend or a brother stands with you in those moments. When adversity shows up, God uses it to teach us how to love stronger and be there for each other. Alright, so too many people are fair weather friends. They stick around when a friendship helps them and leave when they're not getting anything out of it. So think of friends and assess your loyalty to them. Be the kind of true friend the Bible encourages. So that's something we could practice and implement in our own life today. All right. Okay, so now to jump in today, we're in Proverbs 18. Okay. So an unfriendly person pursues selfish ends, and against all sound judgment starts quarrels. Fools find no pleasure in understanding, but delight in airing their own opinions. When wickedness comes, so does contempt, and with shame comes reproach. The words of the mouth are deep waters, but the fountain of wisdom is a rushing stream. It is not good to be partial to the wicked, and so deprive the innocent of justice. The lips of fools bring them strife, and their mouths invite a beating. The mouths of fools are their undoing, for in their lips are a snare to their very lives. Verse 8. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts. One who is slack in his work is brother to one who destroys. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower. The righteous run to it and are safe. Remember, guys, listen to what stands out to you, okay? The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They imagine it a wall too high to scale. Before a downfall, the heart is haughty, but humility comes before honor. To answer before listening, that is folly and shame. Verse 14. The human spirit can endure in sickness, but a crushed spirit who can bear? The heart of discerning acquires knowledge, for the ears of the wise seek it out. A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. In a lawsuit, the first to speak seems right until someone comes forward and cross-examines. Casting the lot settles disputes and keeps strong opponents apart. Verse 19. A brother wronged is more unyielding than a fortified city. Disputes are like a barred gates of a citadel. From the fruit of their mouth, a person's stomach is filled. With the harvest of their lips, they are satisfied. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruits. He who finds a wife finds what is good, and receives favor from the Lord. The poor plead for mercy, but the rich answer harshly. One who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. All right, so that is Proverbs 18. Okay, so that's Proverbs 18. What was one thing that stood out? Or do you just want me to go through and read something? Is there anything that stood out from y'all in particular?
The last verse.
So verse 24, one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Okay, so we see loneliness everywhere. Do you see loneliness in people sometimes when you look and observe the world around you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know people who feel lonely, or do you feel lonely at times? Huh? No. Many people feel cut off and alienated from others. Do y'all feel alienated from others?
Nope.
Y'all know what alienated means?
Nope.
Well, when you think of an alien, what does that mean? They're from
Other worlds.
or from
Mars.
a different area or somewhere, right? Alienated is like you're set apart, or you're like just foreign, or you're out, from a outcast or whatever.
Another country.
Okay. Being in a crowd just makes people more aware of their isolation. Lonely people don't need to hear "have a nice day." They need friends who will stick close, listen, care, and offer help when it is needed. In good times and bad, it is better to have one such friend than dozens of superficial acquaintances. So, do you know what superficial means? Like superficial acquaintances. Like there's people only on the top surface, right? Where you really don't interact or have intimate time with one another, right? That you spend time with, like you're Jake and Justin, like your friends that you have, they're not superficial, right? Like you have spend time with them. Y'all spend time together. Y'all know each other. Y'all know about each other and things like that, right? When they're superficial friends where you know of them and they know of you, but y'all really don't spend no time together. Like y'all don't know the deep things about each other, right? Y'all don't know what y'all like, y'all don't know what each other likes to do, or other than just the basic things when you meet each other, right? Okay. So in good times and bad, it is better to have one such friend than dozens of superficial acquaintances. Instead of wishing you could find a true friend, seek to become one. If you look around, you'll find people who need your friendship. Ask God to reveal them to you, and then take on the challenge of being a true friend yourself. Right? So, out of that, what sticks out to y'all? How do you find yourself searching? How do you find yourself searching? If you look around, you'll find somebody who needs your friendship? Is there anybody you could think of?
No.
Any neighbors you feel like
No.
you could be more spending time with?
No.
Your little cousins next door, right? You only play with them, you know, when you see them outside, but do y'all really spend time like together? You know, sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Right. You have a neighbor next door to the left. You know, there's a boy next door. Maybe think about playing with him sometimes, you know?
That's around his age group.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's a good point. Playing or becoming friends with those, obviously, that are good influences or, you know, things like that. You know, because bad company corrupts good character, right? But if you're a good company and you're good character, you'll impact the person who you're hanging out with for the good, right? Majority of the time, right? Because iron sharpens iron. Whoever you hang around with is usually going to rub off on you. Okay? So that's a good little finishing point. So Proverbs 18:24, one who has unreliable friends soon comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. All right? And Proverbs 17:17, check this out. What does that say? You remember that one? We talked about it. A friend loves,
At all times.
okay? And a brother is born for
Adversity.
a time of,
A time of adversity.
okay? All right. So remember, ask yourself this question. What kind of friend are you? You want to be a loyal and encouraging friend, right? And you want to, what do we learn in verse 24? What do we learn? Instead of wishing you could find a true friend, seek to become one, a true friend, right? All right, so that's the wrap up for today, Proverbs 18, and we'll do Proverbs 19, Lord willing, another time when I'm able to be here. Well, I'm not going to be here tomorrow morning, you know that. All right, that wraps it up. Later, guys.
If your friends drift when life gets hard, you're longing for something deeper. If your brothers walk away at your weakest hour, you're ready for a steadfast love. If loneliness keeps knocking, you're about to meet a friend who stays. Jesus is the friend who never fails. People leave. He promised, "I will never leave you." He proved loyalty on the cross, laying down his life for us. He knows you, every fear, every flaw, and loves you still. He walks with you through storms, through failures, through seasons of change. More than a friend, he calls you family, adopted, forgiven, held. Proverbs points us to him, the friend who truly sticks closer than a brother. Trust him today.